Yo, yo, mic check, one, two, three. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well today. And today's our first official episode on the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
How's everyone doing today? Good, good. So today we have the quote of the day. And the quote is, all chaos is preceded by great change.
What does that mean, Mr. Osman Khan?
Well, I can give you an example. You know, in life, things can sometimes not go your way. Whether it's school, family life, relationships. It could be anything, but life can get tough sometimes. But just know that in the end, things will get better.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to stay patient. And I think that's one of the greatest assets to have is to stay patient. Because when you stay patient, you don't let things affect you. You know that, as time goes on, things will get better. And you just
Yeah.
need to have that mindset that regardless of what is happening to me, there's someone else in control of your life, whether it's God or whatever, any external force it is. But you just need to stay patient. And that's probably
Facts.
the greatest advice I can give.
With that, actually, um, many people, especially in my church, we live by God's timing, not our timing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we know everything in this world is very chaotic, especially nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Many people experience and go through things, but if you stay patient, like you said, and don't rush things, everything will fall in line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very good quote, and that kind of relates to our topic of the day, which is university life.
Yeah, universities.
Because this semester or this year, our first semester of second year, actually started because of both of ours chaotic times. I want to say chaotic, but I'll say like some way along that line.
Yeah, like some things just went wrong.
Some things went wrong,
Yeah.
but it went wrong into the right place.
Yeah,
you know what
into
I'm
the right
saying?
place.
It aligned
Yeah.
it perfectly aligned to where we are now today.
Like at that moment we didn't see it, but now when we look back, it's like, that was the best thing for us at that time,
Mhm.
because if those things didn't take place, we wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly. And I guess we'll start. So I would say, because if you guys watched our first video, we said that during our first year we didn't really talk much, and then things kind of aligned again during the summer, and leading up to the start of the first semester for our second year. Honestly, if you look back at it, bro, there's a reason why I believe everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It's actually insane the way everything just chronologically came together, right? And so at the start of September, just things changed in my life, and literally at the start of the first week of September, something happened in my life, but I'm thankful it happened in my life because now I got closer to my friends. I got closer to everybody. I wasn't isolated anymore, and like I said, my perspective of life and things in uni changed. And the reason for that, I think, remember that Wednesday we went out. I
Yeah.
think that's where everything
it changed.
that's where
Yeah.
everything
It
happened,
changed, yeah.
right? Cause usually me, I was gonna go back in. I was like, all right, gotta get a high GPA, gotta do this, man. I'm gonna be alone again. I have no life,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then these guys were like, yo, let's go link, bro. Let's it's first week, right? Let's chill. And then we went to the park.
We went to a park
Yeah.
nearby. I don't even know.
It wasn't
We did
nearby. It was like
It
southwest.
Was, it was far.
Where
Yeah.
is
It was very far.
what is that place? Riverbend? Where is that?
Riverbend. It was in Riverbend.
Riverbend. I don't know why we were there. Anyways,
We had McDonald's right before that as well. Remember the McDonald's?
why did you have to mention that?
Because
We're on a diet, fam.
it's bulking season. It's bulking season.
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I went to the park, and literally while I was driving there, I was like, man, I should be studying right now. What am I doing, right? And then I realized like, you need company, like you need a community around you, and friends, right? Because, like I said, in university, it's hard being alone. It's hard not having people around you because the people around you will build you up, right? Whether it's academically, spiritually, mentally, physically, especially when we go to the gym together and stuff like that. people around you will build you up. And going back to the quote is, I wouldn't have known that. He wouldn't have known that if there wasn't a change, a chaotic shift in our lives during that first week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And do you want to elaborate on how you came to where you are now in terms of your degree?
Well, if you guys viewed the first video, um, when I went to Pakistan, I was in my natural sciences degree. But for some reason, it just didn't sit right with me. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all because I had to do a concentration in biological sciences and computer science. And while I was doing my classwork, because I took the calculus class, I had a bio class, I had a chem class, and then a comp sci class. So while I was doing these classes, like, I'll be honest, I wasn't doing too bad except for math. Like, I really struggle with math. I'll do anything to avoid math classes. But other than that, I was doing pretty decent. But still, it didn't sit right with me for whatever reason. I just didn't find passion in what I was doing. So then I think the hardest part of all of that for me was having to tell my dad that I didn't want to continue doing it because he used to be a teacher and
Yep.
he also did computer science.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he did computer science.
Well, that's sick.
Like when I was young and we were still in Pakistan,
Yeah.
like he would teach students. He knew how all these softwares worked and stuff, and like he would build his own computers and then sell them at that time for money.
Whoa, that's
So
that's $1 million
yeah.
moves right there,
Yeah.
bro.
so like it was I guess he really wanted me to do it as well just because he had that background.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so that's what the hardest part for me was, just sitting down with him and trying to explain to him that, like, honestly, Dad, I don't like this
Yeah.
and I want to switch my degree. And so then that's when I switched to law and society.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hopefully I become a lawyer sometime soon.
No,
That's
but
the
yeah,
goal. That's the goal.
that's true. But yeah, I actually want to touch on that because well, you pointed out something that many people in university do it because parents,
yeah.
you know, that honor, that respect, you
Mhm.
know, that family thing. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even want to go to university. Um, like I said, my uni, I told my parents in grade 12, I'm like, look, there's so many ways for me to become successful in life. I don't need a piece of paper. I don't need a degree, right? But the whole reason and purpose why I'm literally in university right now is because my grandparents and my uncles and my family, my whole family, literally was forcing me. I have to go. I have to go. I mean, I don't regret it. Don't get me wrong. I really love university now. I'm glad I went. Right. I do recommend you go to take a post-secondary school for your social life, for your connections, because I'll be honest, I love uni right now. I'm loving uni right now because, like I said, that community. Last year, I'll be honest, I missed out on a lot of things because I isolated myself just to grind, right? But university is a place where you should be where your social life should increase, right? You're old enough to do things, but you're young enough to still have not that many responsibilities in life. You know, it's probably your prime years of your life, right? And like I said, with that, many people just go to uni and not enjoy it as much because they're doing it because of someone else. And honestly, we're not saying it's our fault, it's your fault. It's just how it is in life. You know, there's things you're going to do that you don't want to do and things you have to follow that you don't want to follow, right? And that's just how it is. How did you deal with that?
Sorry, deal with what?
Just like, you know, sitting down with your parents, you know, because I know, like, as a father, like, when I grow up, I would want my kids to go into sports. Like, my little brother, for example, I wanted him to go into sports. But, of course, if you were to tell me, like, look, I don't want to play sports anymore, I don't want to do this, obviously, it's going to hurt me, but I have to accept it, right?
I mean, I'm from a brown family, right? So, like, there's a lot of misconceptions that, you know, like, your parents are going to, like beat you up or like, you know, just stuff like that. But trust me, if you sit down with your parents and you really explain to them like why you don't want to do something or you do want to something, and you give them a proper plan, like at the end of the day, it might take them some time to understand, but they will.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not the case for every single person.
Yeah.
I know that there are parents out there who will never understand, or don't understand, or don't want to understand. But I can't really speak for those people. But it's hard. It's hard to explain, man. Honestly, it's pretty hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
And
It is a
also,
touchy subject
yeah,
too.
it is a touchy subject. And another thing that I want to speak on is, you said that your social life should increase in university, and I know that's not the case for many people.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that people don't talk about is how much COVID has impacted everyone, especially when it comes to your social skills. I can say for myself that, like, after COVID, I'm so, like, socially awkward. And that's true for lots of people. Like, even when I go around, and when we were doing the surveys,
Yeah.
and we were like, hey, can you guys fill out the survey? And we're staring at them, and they're just staring at us. And I felt so awkward, and you can tell, like, you can feel the vibe. Like, they felt awkward too.
Yeah.
And that's one of the challenges that goes unnoticed. That making friends is probably really hard to do for some people. I know for me it is challenging as well. And I know for the audience, some of you might struggle with this as well.
I think, yeah, that's true, because with me, I know in my ability I can really make connections and friends easily, right? Which I've been challenging you to do this year.
Yeah.
Right. I've always been telling you, man, like, this is your uni life, bro. Like, don't waste it being scared. Don't waste it being fearful. Right. I know there's some people with social anxiety. There's people with that's really just like they hate to get out of their comfort zone. But of course, those type of people, you just take it one step at a time, right? But I know for you, I'm always challenging you to get yourself out there, right? And like I said, with me, it's very easy for me to make connections. And I'll be honest, I used to be very shy. So this is my tip for everyone there, for my advice for people there. Whoever knows me. Like, I could literally just go up to anyone and talk to them, right? But there's also a certain extent to my life before where I hated presentations. I hated talking to people. I was literally shy. I was in a shell, right? But what got me out of it was to not... and it's easier said than done, but it's literally, my motive is, why should I care what people think when they're going to be put in the same exact situation as me? For example, presentations. Many people hate presentations. I know it, right? Especially I'm in business, right? So we do a lot of presentations. But many people, even in business, they hate it, right?
They hate it, yeah.
Even though that's what you're going to need to be doing in your profession, in your field. But my biggest advice is like how I conquered that fear is, in a presentation sense, if someone were to laugh at you, if someone were to care about your thinking, they're literally going to be put in the same situation 10 minutes from now, right? After your presentation, who knows if they're next. So if people are going to make fun of you, don't they think someone's going to make fun of them next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why would you put that negative thought in your mind, like, oh, what if people care exactly what I'm going to think, when they're literally going to be put in that same position right after you? And that's what got me going. I'm like, bro, who cares, right? Let me give it my all in my presentations, in my ability to talk to people, in my skills. Who cares what they think? I'm doing this for me. I'm going to make sure I get a good grade. I'm going to make sure I'm going to make a new friend, make a new connection. Who cares what they think? Not everybody is going to be your friend. Not everybody's going to like your presentation. You will slip up. That's part of life. But if you go with that mentality of having an optimistic mindset of, look, I'm going to get myself out there. I'm going to do my best because it's beneficial for me, not beneficial for someone else. The moment you think, look, if someone's going to make fun of me, you're starting to want to please them, not yourself. Right? Who's the grade going to affect in a presentation sense? You or the person laughing at you? Right? It's you. It's all you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah. That's my biggest tip.
Yeah, like, you just gotta... That's the one thing. Not caring in terms of you just have to go out and do what you
What you
need to do
Mm-hmm.
instead of worrying about like what other people will think. And you need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to grow, or else you'll never grow. And that can be very challenging, but the moment you do it, it's just like you feel better,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like it's just done with it. You won't even think about it twice.
Yeah. The hardest things in life is the most beneficial
Yeah.
things for you, right?
True that.
100%. Remember that. Hardest things in life is the most beneficial thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the gym, bro.
Oh yeah, the gym,
Man.
the gym, the gym,
The
the
gym.
gym, the gym. The,
Don't worry, we're
honestly,
slacking too, man.
Yeah, the gym. We've been slacking, but speaking about the gym, honestly, the gym has done me wonders in my life. Like last year, I was, cause on my height, I'm only 5'10". I was weighing at
Only 5'10"?
I'm only 5'10". I mean, it's above average height, but most people nowadays consider that short for all the ladies who want 6 foot men. Yeah,
Man, I wish I can relate, bro.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just playing.
It's all
I
good.
just play.
Don't worry, there's a queen out there for you waiting.
Yeah,
But-
bro. God's time in it.
Yeah, God's time. But I was 170 pounds, and for my height, like, I was fat, man. Like, there's no other way to put it. And this one day, like, I got the gym. I had a gym membership, and I didn't go because I was dealing with like different injuries. And then I just stopped going for a really long time, even though like my injuries were healed. Like, I had a herniated disc, but after it was healed, I still didn't go.
Yeah.
And I literally had fast food every single day for I think 2 months straight.
Sheesh.
2 months straight. And not to mention how unhealthy that is. The amount of money I was draining by spending it on fast food.
Facts.
But I was 170 pounds, and I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I held myself accountable. I went on a hardcore diet, and you're not supposed to do this, but I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. So I was losing around 10 pounds a month, which wasn't the proper way to
cut.
It wasn't the right way to go about it, but I was just so fed up of having extra body fat, and I was like, nah. So I went on a hardcore diet. I was hitting the gym consistently. I was doing cardio, and I finally lost weight, and honestly, my life changed completely after that.
I'm into that, bro. Yeah, man. I remember you, man. I think, was it 2021 summer?
2021 summer.
Where did we go to his house when I saw you? We
Who's-
were watching a fight. I remember.
Whose house?
I'll bleep it out. His house, remember? That's when I saw you, and then
Which fight?
we weighed ourselves. I don't remember which fight.
Wasn't it a ball game?
No, it wasn't a ball game. I remember we were watching a fight. It was a UFC fight. I forgot the fight. I don't remember the UFC. I don't remember who was fighting. But yeah, I saw you, and I was like, bro, what happened to you? This was like, I haven't seen you in like months after during this time. I was like, bro, what happened to you, dog?
What month was
This
it?
was in the
specifically?
summertime.
In the summer?
Yeah.
But when did you see me before that?
I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't remember. But all I remember is was seeing you. I was like, bro, what happened to you, dog? Yeah, I saw them, and he was.
It was bad, guys. It was bad.
Well, as you can see, his transformation is a bit of a story to tell, which could be another episode for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of that, like health-wise, I would say in terms of related back to our main topic in uni is very important too, because with me as well, my first year I gained weight. I was dirty bulking, okay, but I was always making an excuse to why I was eating fast food. I think I remember one whole week I ate McDonald's every single day for a whole week.
Yeah.
Cause I was dirty bulking. Never dirty bulk. I saw it, man. But mentally, I hated myself. Like looking in the mirror, I was just like, bro. Like, I did you feel that same way too?
I did.
Yeah, it's
just it messes with your psyche because
It does.
like there's that quote where it says it's look good, feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a huge factor, man.
Yeah.
You have to stay in shape just for your mental health, even more than your physical, because when you feel mentally good,
Exactly.
you know, it's like train the mind and the body will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best example I can give
Yeah.
you guys.
And just a disclaimer, we're not body shaming or anything.
Yeah.
It's just we're saying if for us, because we used to be really fit back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? For us, losing our physical shape, we lost ourselves mentally, right? And if you are happy with your body right now, that's perfect. That's all on you. You know, that's good. But for us, we looked at ourselves and we didn't like what we saw. You know, I remember back in when I was still playing soccer, bro. I told you I was shredded,
Mm-hmm.
six pack. I would run 5K in like 18 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw myself a year later. I'm like, bro, I can't even run for 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I have love handles. I'm just like, bro, what happened to myself, man? Like
Yeah.
I literally lost myself, and it was crazy.
Same thing for me. Like in junior high, I used to run 2,000 meters.
Oh yeah.
Like I used to run a lot.
Track meet kings,
Yeah,
yeah.
track meet
Yeah,
things.
bro. Track champions, grade 8 and 9.
Yeah, so I used to run 2,000 meters. I was on the volleyball team,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have muscles. Like I wasn't big, but I was fit. I was in shape. Like
Yeah.
I could run for a good 30, 40 minutes straight without getting tired. Now I don't even think I can run for 10 minutes without
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
tired.
yeah.
Like when we play basketball, I get really tired.
Yeah.
But that's because of other reasons as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we will touch on that soon.
Yeah, we'll touch on that another time.
But you know, that's also one of the challenges I know many people face, right? That can be relatable to us is,
Mhm.
you know, that mental strain of especially athletes, especially people who play sports or who are fit or just who see themselves in a mental strain because of how they look, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, love what you should appreciate what you are. But I'm being real. If you want to mentally feel good about yourself, you gotta do something about it.
Mhm.
Don't how do I say this? Don't rely on others' words to make you feel good, to make you to make you mentally think that I'm at my best shape right now. You have
Mhm.
to do it yourself,
Mhm.
right? Don't be lazy. Don't procrastinate. Don't do that. Because once you get lazy, you're doing yourself even worse,
Mhm.
right? And it's all it takes is discipline. Discipline is like I said, the hardest things in life is the most beneficial thing
Official
for you.
things, yeah.
You know, is all it takes is discipline. I mean, like for us, like we're still kind of not as disciplined in the gym,
Mhm.
right? But of course, there's other external factors in life that affect us and affect you guys, right? We're not saying be perfect, straight, shredded right now. You know, go to the gym straight 3 months,
Mhm.
right? Nah. Of course, it's a process, and just make sure that your process is healthy for you,
Mhm.
healthy for your mental health, and just healthy for everyone in general,
Mhm.
right?
And I think even before discipline, before you even get to being disciplined, I think what you need to do is have self accountability. And this isn't just for the gym. This is life in general, especially when it comes to school.
Mm.
If you don't have good grades, don't blame your prof. Even though I know profs can be
Mm-hmm.
a headache sometimes. Don't blame your prof. Don't blame the people around you. Blame yourself.
Yep.
You need to take accountability and take those actions to change what you want to change. Like if you're at school and you're with your friends and you're just talking for 2 hours, because I know we get distracted too.
Yeah.
That happens. If you're spending 2 hours and talking to your friends, and then let's say you have a test coming in 4 days, and then let's say you do mediocre on it,
Whose fault is that?
whose fault is that? It's not your profs for his bad lectures or his bad lecture slides or his notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your friends, even though they were there talking with you.
Mhm.
It's your fault. You
Mhm.
should have been like, you know what, guys? Hey, let's study. Bring your friends up with you. And
Yes.
if they were that much of a distraction, you should have cut them off and been like, not like cut off the friendship.
Yeah. Just
But
like
at that time,
grind.
just go somewhere else
Yeah.
and study alone.
Mhm.
Even though it's boring, but at the end, I think the reward is much better.
Yeah.
That
100%.
sacrifice is worth it in the end.
100%. And I have an experience with that. Last year with my first first semester, my calculus midterm, bro, I was struggling, fam. Right?
Mhm.
And I was like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing. Literally, like, I was literally stressed, right? And I studied. It was the week of Thanksgiving. I remember
Mhm.
this because we had 4 days off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I straight studied. All I did was wake up, study, eat, study, eat, study. That's it, and sleep for 4 straight days, right? I studied for a minimum of 72 hours within those 4 days, and then, like you said, bring your friends up. I'm blessed that I have a group of friends who I grew up with at Crescent Heights, who went to high school with. Now we're a study group, and we build each other up, and I'm blessed with a friend that basically who knew everything. He taught me everything, what like how to do this, how to do that. Even though I studied on my own, right? Because I know there's people out there who still study and you still can't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You try your hardest, right? Like you said, there's people who really study and there's people who don't study.
Who don't study.
But the people who are really study and still don't do as well, I'm talking to you guys, right? It's hard. I get it. Like, I'm one of you guys. I'm like, I need to study a lot in order to understand the concept, right? But I'm telling you right now, my biggest tip, have a community of friends and people you study with. That way they can build you up and you could build them up. And as well, ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Asking for help is actually so much more beneficial for you because that just proves to yourself, I don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Some person can know something that you don't know, and you can know something that they don't know, right? Have that community, I'm telling you. And guess what? My friend helped me out. I studied even more, and I got an A on that midterm. Literally from knowing nothing to getting an A. That's my biggest tip. Study hard and have a community. 100%. That's what you talked about.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I think we covered most of what we wanted to talk about today. Uni life, making friends, how it's hard, staying fit, taking accountability, staying disciplined. Feels like there's something missing.
I don't
one
know.
More thing.
I mean, we could talk about more stories. I have a lot more stories with this
we have
topic,
lots
bro.
of stories.
Here, I can go with another story. My Sigma class. You know what Sigma is? You know what Sigma is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Sigma is a hard subject. It's not a hard subject. Sorry, it's a hard core on presentations, right? It's a lot of group work, a lot of presentations, a lot of reading, a lot of basically accountability. And I remember I won't bring names up just for their respect, but in one of my groups, we had to do like a practice presentation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like again, we're going back to that presenting, making connections, that social life, right? Making so we had to do presentations, and we did a practice presentation. Everybody will do it, right? It's not marked,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just to get your juices flowing, right? First year, right? Get your nerves out.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing presentations, and like I said, I'm really good with presentations. So obviously, a lot of my group members did well, but there was this one group member that that person froze in the middle of the class. It's 1 minute presentations. You don't get marked, but you know, we practiced, and that person just froze.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, just I was like, we were all just. I was like, whoa, that's crazy, right? Because of course, like I could empathize with that person, bro. That's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing to freeze in front of the whole class, a whole lecture, in front of the prof too, right? And I'm glad that person still finished it, remembered their lines, and still finished off the presentation. But of course, like that person, like when that person came back, and like because that person sat beside me, all I said was, "Good job," right? And I was like, "Good job that you pulled through, and good job that you finished your presentation."
Mm-hmm.
But of course, like, I felt so bad, like just looking at that person. I was like, "It's okay," right? But that was the start of the semester, and at the end of the semester, we have a huge presentation to do. I think it's worth 10% of a mark, right? And obviously, it's a group presentation. It's a group mark. And of course, we practiced. We made sure, like our group members, we made sure that that person got all the practice they needed, got all the company and the community that person needed, and made sure that person was comfortable with speaking. Because of course, as a student, I obviously want to do good in the class, right? I don't want that person to freeze and then mess up our mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did for me is 3 days before the presentation, I messaged that person every single day. I was like, look, we have a big presentation coming up, and I remember how you did. We all remember how you did last time, but I just want to tell you, just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, make sure you know all your lines. Don't memorize your lines. Just make sure you know what to talk about, right? but we got your back, right? Just know that your group members, like, we cherish you. You're part of our group, right? And we want you to do well. We don't want you to freeze up again. And just know that we got your back. And then I messaged her. I just gave her, like, I encouraged her every single day for 3 days until our presentation. And then one more there was a presentation before us. I just whispered. I'm like, look, Isla said, you got this. All right? Don't freeze. Be confident in yourself. And you got this. Don't care what people think. Don't care what people will say. Just know. Just do it for you and do it for your grade. It's for your grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so our presentation went by. Every person killed it. And that was that person's turn. And then, oh my goodness. I was like, please don't freeze, right? Please don't freeze.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you got this, right? And then she said her lines, right? And then, what's it called? There was a point where that person, stopped a bit. And I was like, oh no. I was just at, oh no.
Yeah.
But she just stopped to take a breather.
Mm-hmm.
And it continued on.
Continued on.
And I was like, thank God. I was like, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog, right? I was like, and then after the presentation, we were like, yo, good job. You did it, man. You did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the moral of that story is, and we got a 96 on that presentation, you know, just to say, you know,
that's good.
it was good, man. And just it goes to show, like, how people can build you up and build your confidence. Yeah. And, you know, if you really want to do good, you got to do it yourself. And always have that people around you, you know?
Yeah, honestly, your environment
Exactly
is a big thing. Like, if you have positive people around you, someone who's always encouraging you, you know, you'll do much better in life. Like, that was a sick story.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the semester, she froze up.
Yeah.
And then you guys gave her all those inspirational words, and you guys pulled through and all got a 96.
Yeah.
And it was a group effort.
It was a group effort.
And you guys all did it together. But the most important thing from that is the words you guys were telling her. Because imagine if you guys made fun of her. I mean, that's pretty a mean thing to do. I don't think anyone would do that.
But
like, especially to someone's face. But even, like, let's say you guys started laughing at her, like, behind her back, and you're like, oh, look at this. But instead, you guys like embraced her, a part of your group, and you were like, you know what, we're all in this together. Like, ride or die. Exactly. And you know, that's the best way to go about life in general. You know, you should always be kind, stay humble, because you know, one day if you laugh at someone or you're making fun at someone who's in a pretty bad situation, tomorrow the same thing could happen to you.
Exactly.
So
what comes around goes around.
What comes around goes around. So always be humble, have gratitude, be nice, be kind.
Yeah.
There's no reason to walk around this earth being mean, childish,
thinking
rude,
that you're above everyone,
arrogant. Like, there's no need for that.
Exactly.
And if you do it, it won't benefit you in any way either.
Yeah.
If anything, you're just gonna find yourself,
you know,
as sad as it sounds, you're just gonna find yourself alone.
Exactly.
No one will wanna have a relationship with you, keep ties with you. So just tread with humbleness and be kind.
Yeah. We talk by experience too.
Yeah.
Not ourselves. Sorry, we're
not ourselves. Yeah.
But like we've
seen it. We've seen it
100%.
Especially in high school, we've seen it. Even in university, we've seen it.
Yeah. It's just you know, again, take our experiences, our stories, and learn from it. And also, you know, like I said, we don't know everything, but it's just we have a lot of things that we believe we can share that can inspire people or touch people. And I think that's it, bro.
Yeah, guys, just be kind. Honestly, be kind. It's the best.
It's the easiest thing to do.
It's the easiest thing to do. It's like the best asset to have. Like, if you walk around with good energy, people will just always want to be around you.
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it?
I think that's everything.
Yeah, and now we're gonna relate it back to the last quote we just said. Is that all of this happened because of a chaotic event in our life. And, you know, I feel like our stories, we've had a lot of, oh my gosh, the amount of chaotic things that's happened
to us. Oh my god. Just ups and downs and up and down and up.
Bro, trust, we've been through a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's good. It's helped us. It helped us grow.
Yeah, and now we're here, right?
We're here.
We're here. We're telling our stories and hope to inspire people, and as well, just doing it for ourselves, man.
Doing it for ourselves. We want our voice to be heard.
We do, and hope this helped, and yeah,
Hope you guys were entertained or you took away something from that video,
yeah. That's
regardless of what it was. Positive, negative, something.
Yeah, and we also took your criticism. That's why we're keeping it a green
Yeah,
screen.
it's green.
Okay, we're not doing anything else.
The amount of stuff people were saying about the screen in the background.
Yo,
like,
my bad.
Yeah, like
We couldn't do anything about it. It was the
Yeah.
editing system. Okay,
it was
that's
the
my fault.
editing. Yeah, it was bright. It was it was so bright. I'm just there like freaking. There's like a huge red screen and then yours is maroon. It was funny though. It was funny. It was funny. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
it's all good. But yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, that's that. Hope you enjoyed this episode,
You guys enjoyed?
and easy out, my people.
Easy.